Well, it is Monday, and Walt Grayson is back to start our week with another story he's dug up around Mississippi.
That's right. This coming weekend is Memorial Weekend, and you've discovered an amendment to a Memorial Day story that you've kind of told before, right?
Yeah, I've kind of told this one over and over before, so I really have to amend it again. It's about the origin of Memorial Day, sort of. It has to do with Decoration Days. Now, Decoration Days came after the Civil War, and it has to do with when they were held, who held the first one. And that's important because Memorial Day evolved out of Decoration Days. Now, lots of towns claim to be the first, but I may have found which town was the first. There's probably no story with more asterisks attached than the story concerning the origin of Memorial Day. The version I favor is about Friendship Cemetery in Columbus, Mississippi, where the holiday grew from the first Decoration Day. And that Decoration Day was held a year to the day after Robert E. Lee surrendered his troops to U.S. Grant at Appomattox Courthouse in Virginia, effectively ending the Civil War. On that anniversary day, the ladies of Columbus came to Friendship Cemetery, where the graves of Confederate as well as Union soldiers were decorated with flowers. Now, there are a lot of footnotes to that Decoration Days event because many other places claim to have done the same thing on that first anniversary of the war, and most of them claim it was from their Decoration Day that the Memorial Day holiday evolved. Well, Cecile Wardlaw with the Greenwood Cemetery Association, Greenwood Cemetery being that big burial ground between Northwest Street and Marsh Street in downtown Jackson, called me after I ran that story one year and told me I had made a grave error, pardon the pun. But she said it is documented that the first Decoration Day after the end of the Civil War was held a year earlier than those Johnny-come-latelys, just after word of Lee's surrender reached Jackson in our Greenwood Cemetery. After the surrender and Lincoln's assassination and the surrender of smaller armies of Confederates, a group of folks gathered at the Oaks, former Mayor Boyd's home on Jefferson Street, and Sue Langdon Adams was reading a copy of Plutarch's Lives and got to the part where the graves of fallen soldiers had been strewn with flowers. The very next day, Sue and a bunch of other folks and a band playing the funeral dirge from Handel's Saul decorated the graves of the Confederate and Union dead in Greenwood Cemetery. By the way, the Confederate graves are still here. The Union troops were moved to national cemeteries during the occupation of the South after the war. So was that the Decoration Day that Memorial Day emerged from? Probably not. But we could add our footnote to the list of claimants and say it was.